into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
What's up, AfterBuzzers? Welcome to the Scream After Show, the one and only Scream After Show here on AfterBuzz. Today we are talking about episode 5 called Exposed, because everybody today got a little bit exposed.
Woo.
Joining me in studio, well, first of all, I'm your host, Jeff Thrum. Joining me in studio, I have Kelly.
Hey, I'm Kelly McInerney. How's it going?
And where can they find Kelly?
Oh, Holly Weirdo, Twitter, Instagram.
Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie Campbell, and you can find me on Twitter at Katie Campbell. That's Katie with 3 E's Campbell.
Hi everyone, I'm Pegah Rad. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Pegah Rad.
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jeff_Thrum. Don't forget to keep the conversation going with us on YouTube, on Twitter, hashtag ABTV Scream. We love to hear from you guys, and if you guys are tuning in live, let us know your thoughts. And make sure to leave your comments after you subscribe to the YouTube channel so we can know what you guys think. So, Exposed. A lot of people were exposed. First of all, last episode left us with Emma's video being leaked the first time.
Oof. Poor girl.
Poor girl. Go for it.
I just love what she said, though, sometime in the middle of the episode. She's like, I realized I was really upset that I was exposed, basically. It was let out, but she realized she's here and she's breathing. And I love that.
Yeah, totally. Everyone else around her is dying.
Yeah.
So it could have been a lot worse. But that's terrible for for a sex tape that you didn't even know that was happening. Let alone your first time. First times are awkward. Not to mention in high school. So feel bad for her. And so a lot's going on in the town. The sheriff is placed on hold. We have a new detective, and she's going to start investigating things.
Does that happen when a detective comes into town? The sheriff's told to step away? Take a leave of absence? He knows a lot that's going on, so why wouldn't he help?
I feel like they get, when the bigger, the state cops come in, I feel like they kind of take over instead.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help that he was just, the reason that someone just died at the police station. So I feel like he's already probably in question, and someone died. Riley died on his watch, basically.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for him.
So
I'm still suspicious of him anyway.
Yeah, me too.
I'm trying to think about in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's my really only reference.
That's what when the when the feds come, the 9-9 takes they can't really do anything.
Yeah. So,
I look back at 24, where it was more terrorism. Yeah, they would do the same thing.
Okay.
All right.
So, new sheriff's in town, and she is going to try to get to the bottom of it, and she pulls Emma into the police station, and she's trying to gather information as to who is the connection between all the people that have died. Mm-hmm. And she said, "Your mom was M.E." Do we know what that meant?
Medical examiner.
Okay. So, and then her dad was the only person left from the original Brandon James killing, and then Emma's photo was found at the hospital.
So they're all connected.
What I really loved about that part was wow, she's actually smart. You see a lot of these movies, you're really put this together, you're supposed to be, knowledgeable in this, you need to know what's going on, and that's why most people die, and she was smart about it. So people are connecting things, and they're not just and then they're gonna die.
I like that. Yeah, me too, because I like that there was a reason that she came in, because it didn't seem like the sheriff was doing that much either, and she kind of and even she connected Rachel to the other two killings too.
Yeah. Which makes the sheriff look even more suspicious.
Right.
He's not doing anything. He's just kind of dancing around this thing.
It's really suspicious.
Very suspicious. And I'm sorry, I actually skipped over the vigil that they were having for everyone that's passed so far. And that's when the sheriff asked if she could talk to Emma. And Emma's on stage giving a very sweet speech about Riley, and gets the text from the killer.
Yeah. Well, even before that, wasn't it like the first scene when they're at school and she opens up her locker and there's that picture of her in the sex tape, and it says like your mother. And you guys remember the first Scream where he's like, "You're a whore just like a mother." Like it's the same. Ugh. Gave me the goosebumps.
He's hardcore taunting her this episode, the killer. Like, he used, like, the previous episodes, I feel like he'd give her a phone call and that's it, but now it's, like, texting, phone call.
In her
breaking
locker.
into the locker, yeah.
I love that you say that, Pegah, about bringing that to the first movie, because also the fact that he said, I don't know, it was the second episode maybe, where he called her and he's like, your mother's, I forget, I think he might have used a whore, and then your family's a fraud and all this stuff, which makes me still question the whole, like, is Emma's dad Brandon James? Emma's mom must have slept around. Like, we still don't know that story.
So many unknowns. And this episode made so many more unknowns. But I'm starting to get annoyed by all these people picking up their phone calls from these unknown callers.
Yeah.
I ignore.
Would you not be more scared by not answering it? I'd be like, oh my god, if I decline his call, he's gonna go crazy.
He could text now with, like, a picture and be like, hey, you want to kill, which one do you want to kill now?
Right?
And MTV's really bringing in all the social medias here. I mean, we saw that fake Snapchat of, like, the seconds counting down.
That's
So
hilarious.
this killer is
all
very
over.
technological savvy.
He's kind of influencing her too, because she was like talking to Brooke and she's like, it's just like he said, everyone lies and everyone is sorry. So like what he's doing is slowly kind of working on her, you know, manipulating her.
He's making her a little bit more tough, which is also what Kirin was doing.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
He was making her tough, and I'm like, okay, this can throw him. I know that's later on in the episode, but like this will throw him out. You know, he's not a suspect because he's helping her, but maybe he's making the game more fun for himself. You know what I mean? Like, he's a little sketchy too. He's kind of weird. He's making the game more fun. Like, I'm gonna give her the gun, show her how to use it, and I'm also gonna make her tougher by all these phone calls and these decisions. And I don't know.
Yeah, and I think he knows that she wouldn't ever take the gun, and so he's kind of like trying to trick her in that way.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
There's two killers, probably. We say this all the time, and he's the sheriff's son.
Yeah.
And that's your killer.
That's my killer.
Question. Is Kirin sexy or is Kirin creepy? And can you be both?
He's like mysterious, sexy,
Okay,
dark.
I feel weird talking about like a high schooler being sexy.
But he's not really, is he?
Yeah.
The only reason he would be creepy is because of all this stuff going on. But I'm like, every time I see this going on with him and Emma, I'm like, oh, this is hot. This is hot.
I like it.
I like it too. I think he's a very attractive person. I think the way his character, I think, is very sexually. I'm like sexually frustrated for him and Emma. The way he pins her up against the wall. Like,
I was smiling during that part. I was like, ooh, this is.
so
I like it.
it's a little kinky, but I don't know. Maybe that's a different show. But if you guys are listening, let us know if you guys think it's kind of sexy, if it's kind of creepy, if you're into it, how you feel. But moving on. So going back to the vigil, she gets Emma gets a text that if you tell the cops about me, your mom's heart is going to end up in a box. And like,
you know what? Someone's heart is going to end up in a box anyway. So like, just let them know, right?
Yeah. You got a point there, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much of this that's like, just tell people already, stop keeping it a secret. Keeping a secret's only going to make things worse. All these, I don't know, everyone.
I feel like Sydney didn't lie when they called her, you know, in the movie. Didn't she tell, like, Dewey? I don't know.
Yeah, she did. She always told Dewey.
Yeah, it wasn't like a secret.
It's better in numbers, but then we also have to think she doesn't really know who to trust, I guess, because she's like, who is this? They were there at the vigil. Unless somebody's tapping into some kind of a phone.
Well,
but she saw the mask.
And so Brooke was on stage, and the other guy that came in, the guy that was dating Riley, what's his name?
Noah.
And Noah was on stage. So
That's a good way to look at it, to kind of rule them out, unless
there's definitely two people.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling those two are probably safe. Or probably not the killers.
It could have been anyone, I feel like.
we did.
Can you not like just hold like a text like under your hand?
Haven't you seen the Departed when he's
I mean, because we saw the mask. She saw the mask while she was talking.
See. Oh, she did.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think who else was in the audience, but like someone could have just like held the mask up really quick and still been in the audience.
That's true.
Because we saw the teacher, we saw Will, we saw
Kirin,
and we saw the other guy.
Everybody was pretty much there.
Yeah.
But the other two were on stage when she saw the mask. So anyway, Nick and Will are blackmailing Brooke's dad. We don't really know why yet, though, right?
Not yet.
There's a video.
Right.
Yeah.
But we don't know why they are black.
Oh, because for the money, Jake kind of convinced Will to, you didn't get the Duke scholarship, so this is your in, this money, this $100,000. So that's why Will he didn't really want to do it, which we see more of that in the episode, but he did go along with it.
And we're seeing a lot of Nick and Will. Like, I don't really know who's the real bad guy there. I mean, I'm guessing it's Nick.
Jake.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know who Nick is.
Who's Nick?
Jake, but I don't know, with the whole like Will, like the bet thing with Nina, and everyone's pinning things back on Tyler and Nina.
I feel bad that he's in the doghouse over this bet because he didn't know her and they made a bet. He's obviously with the wrong crowd. Nina seemed like an evil person. Tyler, not that great too, I guess, and they had a lot of this blackmail stuff. So they're telling their friend, who probably just listened to them like a puppy, to go, I bet you to do that. And then as he got to know her, he loved her.
Just
so
like
forget it.
That's what happened in She's All That, right? They ended up in love?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
And 10 Things I Hate About You. It was all
so
of
it happens
that.
all the time.
Yeah.
No big deal.
So they go to blackmail his dad, and we see the hashtag the mayor's secret. So Brooke's dad goes into this like creepy garage, gets in a car, and they threaten to post a video. And at this point, we don't really know what the video is, but later on, we do. And I think we should just jump right into what video we see.
Yeah.
We see a video of Brooke's dad pulling out a body, and Brooke is suspicious that this body, the timestamp of the date, is the exact same date that Brooke's dad said that her mom left town. And Brooke's dad just said that she was in rehab, and that's why she can't be reached. So Brooke hasn't talked to her mom since this date, and now we're seeing the body being pulled out.
But like, why? What's the motive? Like, why would he kill his
Maybe
his
they
wife?
didn't like each other.
Maybe.
It seemed like it wasn't a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
But
She had issues, and he was the mayor, and there's always scandal going on with the
Right, of
mayor.
course.
So
I think this is just a red herring. That, like, I feel like maybe he did kill his wife, but that's not this. Like, that's not this Brandon James thing.
No.
He's a different kind of killer. He's domestic kind of killer, not a crazy like I'm gonna think about that. Plan it out.
What they're doing, I feel like, is throwing all these things at us to confuse us, so we will never know who this killer is.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm just I'm interested to find out more about the blackmail, because if Nina and Tyler were in fact blackmailing him beforehand, it's like, why this death now, and like what else was there that they were blackmailing him about? So
I think it's the same blackmail.
Yeah.
That's the same video that Nina and Tyler blackmailed him for. That's what Jake said.
Yeah.
So they're just taking over.
And I think you're right. It's the same one, because he said in the car, he's like, I need a guarantee. If I'm going to give you $100,000, I need to know that this will go away forever. Because he was probably giving Nina and Tyler money, and then they're like, oh, but it's still around and we want more money.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't want to give you more money because you just keep taking it.
So
I also think that Jake and Will, like, the more I see this deal going on, the more, like, even though they're mean people and stuff, I feel like it's less suspicion that they're the killers too, because they're all like, they're evil, but because they're trying to get this money. They're not. It's another like that whole storyline.
interesting.
Take us down a different path to confuse us, but we're not getting confused. We know it's not them.
We know it's not them. It's too obvious, right?
Yeah, I think they're just trying to take us off track.
But it was kind of really obvious in the Scream movie, and it turned out to be,
Oh, true.
the two. What was it? Skeet Ulrich's character. I forget his name, but anyway.
Billy.
Yes.
Stu and Billy.
Stu and Billy.
Yeah.
They're the Stu and Billy, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting because
It
Jake
wouldn't be the same.
tells Brooke that he wants to be Jake 2.0 and that he wants, to start fresh and maybe this whole like restarting over thing is real. And so he's pinning all this blackmail on Will.
He's just trying to cover his butt, you know?
But why did he do this? Because he wants to keep it going, and he's like, he'll give us the rest of the money in like 2 days. So why is he exposing it and blaming somebody else? I feel like he's just causing trouble.
I feel like he knew that Will was kind of backing out at the last point, and he's like, okay, this whole thing is going to fall down and crumble. I might as well turn it around and get out of it and save my own hiney.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Do you think he knew that Brooke's entire house was security cammed? Because he seemed a little nervous about that.
No, I don't think he knew because he wouldn't have said that in the kitchen, you know?
Yeah.
Or would he have if he did know?
To like really get him. Yeah.
To get the dad, maybe.
In order to get Will's name out there, and if I confess this immediately, we'll go after Will, and then I can secretly still do this behind his back. So
Kind of creepy though that
Also
her dad is like watching like that.
He's the mayor, though. He's like the celebrity of the town, you know?
Like in your own like your dog. Like what if I don't know? Like he's changing or something. This is
you
weird.
think that when you kill somebody, you're going to turn all those security cameras off? You know?
Yeah, right. Or extra paranoia.
You know that it's like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, especially like I know some of my coworkers have kids, and like when we go travel for work, they'll like show me their apps of like their security cameras. They can just like log in and see like what's going on in their living room at any given time.
Like
Well, like,
nanny cams.
like that virus thing that you they downloaded for the language arts.
Yeah.
How that was.
So
it's just
super
a virus.
sketchy.
Yeah.
That they're logging into their computer and they see that their language arts homework has malware in it that can allow whatever device you're using to see you live.
Creepy that that's a thing now. Like you could just download homework.
Oh my god.
I can't keep up, you guys.
You gotta close your laptop all the time. Turn your phone upside
I
down.
know. Everything has cameras on it.
But so it doesn't necessarily mean though that it was the teacher who's doing it
Right.
just because of language arts. Somebody could be framing him, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think maybe like Brooke, kind of got her way with like the password or something. I don't know.
So they said that there were 3 accounts on it.
Yeah.
And they said they found out it was Riley, and they seemed pissed that it was Riley. And then did they just assume it was Nina and Tyler, or did they know for a fact it was Nina and Tyler?
They saw all 3 of their accounts.
So it was Nina, Tyler, and Riley. But I bet Brooke used the name Riley.
Maybe.
Yeah, because Riley wouldn't have done that, right?
Brooke is the one that needs to be the most scared about what's on this dude's computer.
But what's scary is Riley, Tyler, and Nina are the ones that are dead too.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's not that storyline either. I feel like it's more, but that's
But
why they're
he was-
thinking that he's the killer because it's the 3 people that died.
The teacher was so creepy when he came in
really
to
was.
confront
Because
them.
aren't you going to be creepy and kind of freak out if you're having sexual relations with an underage?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why he's freaking out.
And because they're trying to throw us into that little alleyway.
Yeah.
So if they're throwing us on every single person, have we even met the killer yet?
The sheriff.
I hope not. Oh
The sheriff. I'm telling
The
you.
gym teacher. Like as soon as like a new gym
I don't
teacher
know.
came out, I was like, it's him.
I have a different prediction for the killer, but I'm gonna wait till
Yeah, let's wait till we get to
Alright.
predictions.
the curveball. Like,
Oh.
be a cool one.
Oh, okay. I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
So we talked about it a little bit, but so that guy's name, Will, right? Yeah. So Will and Nina break up. Nina dumps him and says that we're done. And
No, Will and Emma.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Will and Emma are done
Yeah.
because she was the bet. But what?
But they were already done.
Well, I feel like they were really cute last episode. I was like, oh, I kind of like them. I was into it last
they're gonna be off and
episode.
on for a while.
I think
Especially-
she's done now.
Yeah, with Kirin.
Yeah. Oh,
And then he's gonna
did
be
you
mad
see them
about
on the
that.
lawn?
I saw them on the lawn, but when they were up against the wall, it looked like she only kissed him because Will was looking.
Oh yeah.
I thought it
Kinda.
was like to hurt him,
To
like
hurt
to
Will.
really get him
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. She's doing it to hurt Will,
Right.
not for her own sexual desires.
Which I think there's some kind of a thing there between her and Kirin, but it was because she saw Will looking.
Yeah.
Which I think Will can hold against her later. If they were like gonna go back and forth. He'll be like, but why did you do that? You know?
And she's scared and vulnerable right now, so
Very
I feel
vulnerable.
like he's like the knight in shining sexy armor that comes and like is trying to
Just rips
protect
his
her.
shirt off.
Yeah.
With a gun in the middle of a forest. And as they cut away,
Those
was
back
it you
muscles, though. Did you see that? I was like, how?
What trainer does like MTV have on standby to train every single person that is a main cast member on their shows?
You know what, though? Besides the fact that, like, maybe that's true, they also can do some reps real quick, and that actually does wonders. Like, for you, right before you go out, you just do a few of these, like arm curls, whatever, do a little bit of workout, and then it looks like, wow, you've been working out.
But like,
Doing push-ups before every after.
I mean, I have been known to do some push-ups before going out on Friday nights, but but MTV, I know, with the Teen Wolf guy and this guy, it's always that casting department has a lot of fun. But was it you that squealed as they panned up?
Yeah.
Thinking that the mask
Somebody
was going to be waiting?
Yeah, I mean, why would they even do that right there? I'm like, this is the worst possible place for it.
Because she doesn't have to be scared. That's what he told her. You know?
He's got
so
that gun.
dumb.
Yeah, because no, you have to be scared.
He's a kill. Like, look at how he's thinking. He's crazy. You should be scared. Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Mm-hmm. And Pegah, you said too, you're like, just because she was just exposed, does she want to be exposed again in this open area?
I know. I'm like, of all the places, like, get a room.
So the exposure and the danger, those are just two of the things, like, what are they doing?
They're
Oh, to be young high schoolers.
Oh, to be young. But interesting, no one was killed in this episode. So everyone's still alive for now.
I thought the mayor was gonna get it too. Did you guys think that when he went into that suspicious little?
Brooke's dad?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I thought he did it first. Like when they were like getting in the car, I'm like, oh, he's dead. He's dead. I didn't know that it was gonna be.
Yeah, I got a little confused though, because I was like, okay, I thought this was for, you know, the boys trying to blackmail and get the money, but then when they did show the mask briefly, I thought it looked like the Brandon James mask, but then as you saw it, it was like painted on face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no one died this episode, so someone probably should die next episode, which I think should lead us to predictions.
Oh.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So I think first we should start with who we think is next.
Oh, like kaput.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a guy's turn to die. I kind of have a feeling the sheriff is going to go after Will.
I don't think Will's gonna die.
Not the sheriff, I'm sorry, the mayor.
Oh.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Or the new cop. I feel like it's not gonna be a main character.
I honestly think Jake is gonna die. I do. I think they're trying to make him too violent. I think he's gonna be next to go. And that's going to make everybody be like, what? You know, I thought maybe he was a part of this whole situation. But I don't think the new detective is going to die. I think she's going to be really smart, and she's going to, you know, maybe make the killer angry because she's going to get somewhere. Maybe not to the whole thing, but she's going to get somewhere in this investigation. And she just got some...
too close.
Yeah, because she got some... And maybe then she would die if she got way too close. But I think she's going to be a key player in figuring out what's happening in this town. She had an IT guy just, you know, break into Nina's laptop so she can see everything that was blackmailed on her computer.
Yeah, she's doing a lot of work.
Finally, someone in that town did some work.
Yeah.
Who do you think's up next?
Jake. Yeah.
Okay. So we have two Jakes.
He's just getting obnoxious. It's just that time where you're just like, if he dies, you're like, oh, good.
But we think Brooke is safe for a while.
Yeah.
Brooke
Emma's
looks
not
safe.
gonna get it.
Emma's obviously not going to get
Not
it.
Emma. Not Noah.
Maybe Mr. Branson.
Bronson.
The teacher?
Ooh, I hope not.
I don't think he's next because they're going to want to...
Dive more into that storyline.
Yeah.
So maybe no one's going to die for a bit? I don't know.
Well, nobody died in the last two episodes.
Yeah, we're due
So
for
someone's
it.
definitely
We're
next.
due for a
We're
kill,
due
yeah.
for a killing.
For sure.
So I'm going to say I think it's going to be one of the Will or Jake.
Okay.
Just because I feel like it's time to separate them. But I want that, but I don't think it's actually going to happen. But
How many more episodes do we have?
I think it's 10 episodes.
5 more.
Okay. That's a lot of people
gotta
left.
Start going.
Yeah. Maybe 2 next episode.
Both of them.
Yeah.
So as far as who we think the killer is at this point,
I think it's. What about Piper,
Oh my
guys?
God,
I
was
know.
just gonna
You want
say
to know
that.
why? Daddy issues. My dad was.
Yes.
That whole thing was like, what if it's a girl? You know, Scream 4.
It's totally Lisa Loeb. I mean, Piper.
She's got like a weird, I know that she does this for a living, but she's got this weird obsession with Emma and like telling her stories and knowing everything. I mean, I know it's her job, so that would clarify and like make the, you know.
Yeah, trying to be like serial, like to find the story of that town. But like, I don't know. I feel like she's trying to be too cool. And
And maybe
I've
when
got whiskey here. No,
yeah.
trust me, because I think you're an equal. No.
Ooh.
Kill.
And Audrey may have foreshadowed a little bit with the little voice thingy saying like it could be a girl.
Yes.
that was fucked up. When she did that. I was pissed.
But here's the thing is Audrey too is a little creepy sometimes like with the whole, first of all, she's extremely strong with that self-defense class that we saw in this episode. And also why we never got the answer of, in the very first episode, she took a picture of her and Emma off of her little corkboard and there was a Brandon James one behind
Yeah.
it. So like what is going on? Does she have some kind of maybe a family relation with Brandon James, you know, somewhere, or maybe she's crazy and she's obsessed with it and she's doing some killing. Like, I don't know. You know, but maybe people are multiple killers, but they're not working together.
Oh my god, they're all the killers.
Oh my
You know what I mean? Like, they're like, okay, well, they just killed my love, so I'm killing their love. You know what I mean? Like,
Everybody's just a killer in that town.
crazy.
I like that idea.
I like the idea of Piper being involved because she's getting all the information from the sources, she's getting their trust, and she's finding everything out, and she's kind of, she is playing it cool.
Yeah, some of the, like, not Emma, but other people I feel like are probably giving her what they know already, so she knows who knows the most. Like, if Emma's telling anybody, or, you know.
Well, speaking of knowing too much, though, that's why I always think the sheriff is involved. With all of the creepy times, he was like just away at the right time, and he was at the sheriff's station immediately when that text sent off, "Don't hurt Brooke." So Riley got killed instantly, you know. So, and he was gone for what reason, you know? So he's just like so suspicious for those reasons, and also he's getting information from everybody. And he showed up at that little lair, and he said last episode, "Oh, I've been here before." You know, I just don't trust it. And he's getting information from the mom, who, by the way, thought they were hooking up the whole time.
Yeah, can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Katie, you're so funny. You're like, wait, I thought they were doing that the whole
I've been waiting for you to do this.
Yeah.
We thought this was happening the whole time.
Yeah.
I stand by my prediction of him being the killer, at least one of them, and him actually being Troy, who is Brandon James' brother.
Whoa.
Maybe it's the sheriff and Piper. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's two people.
What if it's the sheriff and Kirin, and they're doing like a
Yeah.
father-son thing?
Yeah.
It's like in the second one that was mother-daughter. I mean, mother-son.
Yeah.
Mother-son.
Oh, yeah.
The second Scream.
Standing up for her boy
Could be
Billy.
Anybody. We've gotten nowhere in 5 episodes. It could be anybody.
There's so many people.
Is
I
Nina
want
even
more
dead?
right now.
Yeah. I feel like they're
I know.
taken.
If only this was a Netflix series and we could just watch all 10 and just know everything.
It's driving me crazy. But I like
you
it.
guys think is the killer? Doesn't it?
Comment.
Yeah. We want to know.
Yeah, let us know who you guys think the killer is. Let us know who you guys think is next on the kill list. Do you guys have anything else from the episode you want to talk about?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Right? We covered everything.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that is it for another episode of AfterBuzz TV's wrap-up of Scream. Keep us posted on your thoughts using the hashtag #ABTVScream. You can tweet me at Jeff_Thrum.
Hey, I'm Kelly McInerney, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HollyWeirdo.
And you can find me on Twitter at KatieEE Campbell. That's Katie with 3 E's Campbell. Instagram at KatieCampbell13 and YouTube.com/KatieCampbellOnline. I have a weekly vlog.
Watch her vlog. It's amazing. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope and everything at Pegah Rad.
And if you guys watch Catfish or America's Best Dance Crew, check out those panels. I'm on that. You guys on any other shows?
Not this.
I will be in the fall.
Yeah.
Keep watching Scream. Keep watching. Follow us. Find out where you can find us. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.